All righty. It looks like it's time. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll and Release. I think that's the name of the class. I may be mixing it up, but anyway, we're here to release some tension. So we're going to go ahead and focus on our kind of upper back area today. And I'm Angie, by the way. I always forget to introduce myself. So welcome. And all you're going to need is your lacrosse ball. So my suggestion for today would be to use the wall. It can be pretty intense to lie down on the ball, but I'll leave it up to you. So here's where we're going to be working. So if you take one of your hands and just reach and grab hold of the upper back muscle, and you can even just give a little massage here. Oh, these traps, they get tight. So that feels really good just to kind of massage that. So let's do the other side. And we're going to be focusing here and then between the shoulder blades just a little bit. So as I said, my suggestion would be to go to a wall. And if you don't have a wall that's close by and to see me as well, you can also come down on the floor. Looks like I have a little helper here. So what you could do, I'll show you on the floor first, is come down, place it just in that area that we squeezed, and then lay back on it and begin to just let your weight release down onto the ball. You can start to move your arm a little bit, kind of find some little wiggles and see what feels good, and then breathe into it. You can also come back to a wall. And then what I'm doing is just kind of leaning back into the wall in that meaty area of that upper shoulder, and then bending my knees and finding a little bit of movement. So you can kind of go side to side. There's definitely some stuff there for me. You can go up and down. And the other thing is to just move in slowly. Anytime we're doing rolling or any type of rolling really with the ball or the foam roller, we really want to move in slowly. So take your time, breathe into what you're doing. I always like to say it's really about sneaking in. So not going in fast and furious. Otherwise, if you go in really quick, if you go in too quickly, there's a tendency for the muscles to tighten up around it. So take just another breath or two where you're at, and then maybe hold the spot that you're on and start to move your arm a little bit. And again, you can do this on the floor with the ball directly underneath you. I feel like I have more control against the wall with the shoulders, and the shoulders, upper back, that area tends to be a little more tender for people. So my preference is to do it against the wall, but it's really whatever works for you. So we're in this upper back area. If you reach your hand across and give a little squeeze, that's where we're working. Now we're going to move a little bit. So you can kind of go side to side in that muscle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? You're just rolling, you're noticing what you're feeling, where it feels good, where you can breathe into. We don't have to be exactly in the same spots. If it feels good, hang out there and breathe. All right, start to move a little bit inward towards your spine. So now we're in this gully between the spine and the shoulder blade. And then just begin to bend and straighten your knees a little bit, moving the ball up and down. So really, here's my shoulder blade. You're moving inward and you're between the spine and the shoulder blade. And we're just moving. I can't get the ball any higher, but we're moving between or in that gully, kind of going up and down. So kind of up and down. And then the other thing you can do is do a little bit of side to side movement. Sometimes with the lacrosse balls, they're kind of slippery, they're shiny, and you might lose the ball if you're up against the wall. And then you just get to get a little bit more exercise and pick it back up and do it again. And as I said earlier, if you would like to, you can come down onto the floor
and find that spot between the spine and the shoulder blade. Right now I've got it there and I'm just doing a little bit of side to side movement. You can pick up your feet and then start to lift your hips and then move up and back, up and down a little bit. That tends to be a little bit too intense for me. Okay, so take just a few more breaths here. So focusing on the trapezius and then between the shoulder blade and the spine. Good. Take one more big breath here. And then let's go ahead and switch to the other side. So whether you're on the floor or you're on the wall, just take a moment to kind of roll your shoulders, see how one side compares to the other. And then you might even take that side, the opposite hand, and give a little squeeze in the side that you haven't worked yet. It's always good to compare. And then placing the ball just in that upper back muscle here. And then you can either roll on it. If you're laying directly on it, you'll need to get it down a little bit more. And then you can kind of lift your arm and press into it, or you can come up to the wall. Sometimes you might need to use your other hand to kind of hold and support it. And so then we just find a little bit of up and down and a little side to side. Notice the differences from right side to left side. Definitely a difference for me. I'm having to back off of this side a little bit and really focus on finding my breath. So see if you can take some long, slow, deep breaths. And again, we're moving in slowly and give yourself some time in an area to just try to release around it. This is also a great thing to do just to bring more awareness to this area. If this is an area where you tend to hold tension, then bringing your attention here throughout the day, even doing just some little squeezes, some little shoulder rolls, taking a break from your desk is really good. Okay, so if you feel like you've gotten into that upper back tissue enough, you can stay there if you want, or you can start to move it now into that little gully there between the spine and the shoulder blade. And as I said earlier, I just like to go up and down. So you're kind of moving in that track, bending and straightening the knees if you're standing, or just shifting your weight. And then you might even find a little back and forth movement here too. That tends to go a little bit deeper. It's like strumming over a tight muscle, right? Like a tight guitar string. So we begin to, rather than going with the flow of the muscle, the length of the muscle, we begin to go opposite the muscle. And so we tend to help to break up adhesions this way. Just more stickier stuff. Okay, take a couple more breaths here. And if you want to go back to anything that we did on this side, coming back to the upper back or staying where you're at, just take about 3 more deep breaths here. And then come away either from the wall or the floor and take a moment just to sit up and roll the shoulders back and down. Let the shoulders fall away now and notice each side. Go ahead and close your eyes, bring your chin to your chest and feel the stretch in these upper back muscles. And then on your next inhale, bring it on up and let's take our right and each shoulder here. And then bring it back through center and go the other way. Just getting a sense of how things feel now. And then back through center. And we are done. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and you feel a little bit more relaxed in your upper back. All right. Take care and have a good one. Thanks, Jessica. All right.